Have you ever felt a creative spark inside you, buried, silenced, or dismissed by life's noise? What if the artist you've always wanted to be is still alive and waiting, right beneath the surface? We begin with a simple but powerful truth: everyone is creative. Creativity isn't reserved for painters, poets, or filmmakers. It lives in accountants, parents, engineers, teachers, and dreamers. Julia Cameron's The Artist's Way isn't just a book. It's a 12-week journey to recover the creativity you were born with but may have forgotten. Cameron doesn't preach creativity as a skill you learn. It's something you already have, something spiritual, even divine. Creativity is life's natural impulse, like water flowing through a stream. If you're blocked, she says, it's not because the stream is dried up. It's because something is clogging the path. Her job is to help you unblock that path. Your job is to follow it. At the heart of The Artist's Way are two life-changing tools: morning pages and the artist date. Morning pages are simple. Every morning, you write 3 pages of longhand, stream of consciousness writing. Anything and everything. No filters. No structure. No one will read them. Not even you. At least not right away. They are not art. They are not a journal. They are brain drain. You use them to sweep your mind of the clutter that piles up: worries, doubts, anger, distractions, noise. Morning pages are where your inner critic spills its poison, so it doesn't infect your real work. Over time, they clear the fog between you and your truth. The second tool is the artist date. Once a week, you take yourself, your inner artist, on a solo adventure. A walk through a flower market. A visit to a toy store. Watching old cartoons. Buying glitter. Reading children's books. The rule is, it must be fun, solo, and creatively nourishing. Artist dates feed your imagination. If morning pages clear the junk out, artist dates put the good stuff back in. This practice might seem too simple to change your life. But as Cameron assures, this structure begins to open doors, small at first, then wide. You'll hear whispers of inspiration, forgotten dreams, old passions. You'll remember the feeling of joy without productivity, of creation without judgment. And with that memory, you'll begin the work of recovery. The recovery process unfolds over 12 weeks, each chapter focusing on a theme. Week by week, you confront what blocks your creativity: limiting beliefs, fear, guilt, perfectionism, criticism, jealousy, and more. Each week builds on the last, offering insights, exercises, and reflections. In week 1, you explore your shadow artist, the part of you that has lived in the margins of other people's creativity. Maybe you worked behind the scenes, supported a partner's dream, or became successful in a field that was never your own. It's time to recognize those choices and reclaim your space as a creator in your own right. Week 2 confronts the idea of identity. You begin asking, what if I really am creative? That question alone is terrifying. Believing you're not good enough is painful, but it's also safe. There's no risk in staying small. But to believe you are a creative being, worthy, capable, chosen, is to open the door to joy and vulnerability. By week 3, you face your internal censor, that ruthless voice that tells you your ideas are silly, your work is trash, your dreams are a joke. Cameron teaches you to name it, mock it, and detach from its lies. The censor isn't your truth. It's just noise you've internalized from teachers, parents, society, and fear. As you move into week 4, you're invited to recover a sense of integrity. That means aligning your inner and outer life. Sometimes, this week brings unexpected changes. You might notice toxic habits, fake friendships, or misaligned goals. Your creative self doesn't want to live a double life. Integrity demands honesty, with yourself first. In week 5, you face the enemies of progress: criticism and perfectionism. You learn that criticism is often projection, and perfectionism is not a high standard. It's fear dressed as virtue. Progress, not perfection, is the artist's real path. The trick is to keep creating, even when it's messy, especially when it's messy. Week 6 opens the door to abundance. We often think artists must suffer, starve, or struggle. But Cameron challenges that myth. Creativity is a gift, and gifts are meant to be shared and supported. This week helps you build a healthier relationship with money, time, and energy, letting go of scarcity and embracing creative prosperity. In week 7, you recover a sense of connection. You learn to listen again, not to the world's noise, but to your intuition, your feelings, your artist's voice. Creativity isn't a lone genius locked in a tower. It's a conversation between you and the universe. Inspiration knocks, but you have to open the door. Week 8 invites you to explore your sense of strength. You reconnect with your resilience, your courage, your capacity to grow beyond limits. As you heal creative wounds, you stop waiting for permission. You start saying yes to opportunities and no to what doesn't align. Week 9 is all about compassion. You learn to forgive your creative self for quitting, hiding, fearing, or failing. You also forgive others, the critics, doubters, even yourself. Compassion softens the inner war. It gives you space to create from kindness, not fear. In week 10, you confront the fear of success. Yes, success can be scary. What if people expect more? What if they don't like what you make next? What if success isolates you? Cameron helps you see that real success is simply living in alignment with your creativity, letting it flow, trusting the process. Week 11 reintroduces autonomy. You realize you are free to make your own choices, set boundaries, define your own creative life. It's not about proving anything. It's about honoring your truth. The opinions of others shrink in importance. You become your own compass. By week 12, you've recovered a sense of faith. You no longer rely on willpower alone. You've seen the creative process unfold when you trust, show up, and surrender control. The artist's life isn't a destination, it's a practice. Faith in your creativity becomes a way of living, not just something you do. Along the way, Cameron weaves in powerful exercises that wake up your inner artist. You write letters to your younger self. List imaginary lives. Map out your ideal day. Collect symbols and affirmations. Notice synchronicities. Dance. Laugh. Cry. Rest. Dream. The artist's way isn't just about making art. It's about living artfully. That could mean writing a novel, yes. But it could also mean redesigning your workspace, cooking with flair, parenting with play, or healing through storytelling. Creativity isn't a luxury, it's your birthright. The book also addresses the many blocks we place in our own way. Fear of judgment, beliefs that it's too late, the comparison trap, self-sabotage. Cameron treats these not as flaws, but as injuries, wounds from a culture that discourages creative play, devalues the arts, and worships productivity over joy. Her compassion becomes your mirror. She doesn't scold, she welcomes you home. One of the most profound ideas in the book is that your creativity doesn't belong to you alone. It's a force that flows through you. Cameron compares it to spiritual connection. Your job is not to invent inspiration, but to receive it. The more you create, the more it shows up. Creativity isn't something you force. It's something you allow. And yes, you will meet resistance. You may cry during the morning pages. You may feel foolish on artist dates. You might doubt the process. That's normal. Resistance is often a sign of growth. The creative voice you're trying to hear again is tender. You must treat it with care, not force. Many readers find that following the artist's way changes more than their creativity. Relationships shift. careers transform, mental health improves. Why? Because creativity is life force. Reclaiming it awakens every part of you. It reconnects you to joy, play, truth, and trust. Ultimately, the artist's way isn't about becoming a famous artist. It's about becoming more you. Your words, your images, your ideas, your way of expressing what only you can. It's about honoring the life inside you and giving it voice. The final invitation is this: keep going. The tools don't end after 12 weeks. Morning pages and artist dates are life tools. They will walk with you through creative highs and lows. Keep showing up. Keep playing. Keep listening. The muse doesn't need you to be perfect, only present. And so, the journey ends as it began, not with a rule book, but with a question. What would your life look like if you let yourself create freely, without fear, starting today?